Yay, fun time. Devin trying to get his window clean so we could see to get to the shop without dying. This is his buddy that works over at Smoker Friendly. I thought I would video this. May not be a great video because you can't see through the window, but at least if we wreck, there'll be a record of our last will and testament. POV Ogre Cam. Whoop whoop. Woo woo. Smile here on Ogre Cam.
Lovely.
Well, I figured if we wreck, at least we'll have a last will and testament.
Do not let Uncle Sam get any of my shit.
They're already getting most of your shit, so what's it matter, right?
What shit?
Yeah, I know, right?
Got a window cleaner.
I'd have got out and helped you, but it takes more for me to actually get out than it would be worth for me to help you with it.
Yeah.
Let me get this side over. Here, I'll get this side.
Oh, I thought you were asking.
Yeah. Well, you might have to see the fucking turn or something, you know?
Yeah.
It might help to see traffic and shit, so... Woo!
I was backing up. I had it in reverse. I was doing that on purpose.
I was telling him, when me and my wife were dating, I had a...
Do you see anything coming up the hill?
I don't see nothing either. I had an all-wheel drive van, right? And first, really cold snow. We had some snow, but I mean, the first time it got in the negatives and snowed a lot, my somehow the damn heater circuit went bad. I didn't know this till later when I fixed it, but the heat quit working. The fan would still blow and everything, but the door wouldn't open to let the heat through. Right? So my window froze up, and I had to drive it for 2 months like that. And I'd have to do the same thing he's doing. After about a week, I had an epiphany. I'm like, you know, I don't have my seats in the back. And there's tie-down straps back there. So I got a fucking kerosene heater and ratchet strapped that motherfucker into the back of the van. And I just go out there and start it and get it hot and melt. All the glass will be clear when I come out. Just a couple minutes. And then I'd turn it down low and leave the windows cracked so I didn't die from fucking inhalation while I'm driving that road.
Right.
And I'd open the vent to the outside so fresh air would come in. I give my wife a ride to work one day. She was my girlfriend at the time. She's like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's a kerosene heater. She's like, if we wreck, we're all going to burn to death. I'm like, it'll turn off.
Into me.
So if we roll that motherfucker over, don't worry, I got a camera. If he backs out in front of us, we getting a check.
Ow, my check. I mean, my neck.
I tell you what, I recommend everybody buy a dash cam. You can get one on Amazon for about $60. It takes SD cards, right? It's got a forward-facing camera. It suctions to your window. It's got a rearward-facing camera, or you can get one that's got a remote cable that you put it back there and use it for a backup camera. You just hit one button. Anyways, the one I was looking at had a screen that was like that big, and it splits into 2 little screens, one facing forward with night vision, one facing rear with night vision. Or you can get the one with the remote line. The one with the remote line had a bigger screen on it, but it was 80 instead of 60. But you hit one button and it switches to just the rear or just the front camera view instead of split screen. So you can hit rear and it's got night vision, so you can see the back up. For $60, it mounts on your window and just roll it. Shit. They use them. That's where you get all these videos in Russia, because their insurance is shitty over there, and people like to hit and run because they don't have enough police officers. They don't have state police like we do. If you're outside of the city or the county, the only reason they come out there is to arrest people for murder and shit. They don't patrol the fucking highways. And that little plug-in heater was cool, but I'm telling you, one of those hair dryers works better than that.
Yeah.
Because it gets hotter, and you just run it for a couple seconds and turn it off. Don't leave it running. Because I tried one of those too. I had a little silver one I bought, I think, at Kmart or Walmart or somewhere, and it didn't last for shit. Whee! Woo! Four-wheeling!
They want me to drive my car in this shit? I mean, I could get here and it'd be alright, but I wouldn't be able to get to here.
The snow's not so bad. It's that quarter-inch of ice that went down first that's bad.
Yeah, the first thing I did is, after I got dressed and went outside, walked out to the road and kicked it up a bit, and I was like, man, that's a lot of ice.
Yeah, I had to get that off of my windshield. I couldn't scrape it off. I was fucking...
I had the car running for 30 minutes and I still had to scrape it. And I have, I have pretty
Tell
good
him the trick,
defrosters.
Once you get your car started and it's getting warm, make sure you clear the snow off your windshield first. You get down to the ice, you get about 3 or 4 cups of lukewarm water, not hot water because that'll bust your windshield if it's real cold, and heat up maybe a cup of scalding boiling water and add some salt to it. About a half a cup, or rock salt if you got, and then add it to the water, dilute it, and then just kind of drizzle it across the top and let it run down. It'll melt that shit off in no time. Especially if there's a heat differential between the top and the bottom, it just comes off in chunks. Worked pretty good, didn't it?
Oh yeah. And that's without having heat in my vehicle.
Yeah. If I had, and you don't have to stand there and watch it work either. Pour it on there and walk away for about 5 minutes and come back. Like I said, unless it's negative 20 or something outside, it works really well.
Yep.
Luckily, usually when it's that cold, you don't have a layer of ice under your snow. Not usually. Look at my phone. I wonder what the temperature is now.
Fucking cold. That's what the temperature is.
I don't know if it's 15 degrees.
What would mine say? It'd be like 15 degrees, icy.
Yeah, some fucking idiot on Facebook is like, oh, it ain't global warming, it ain't global warming. Motherfucker, other than the cold flashes we've had, it's been the warmest winter ever. I mean, you have a fucking Arctic blast, and then 65 degrees in the same damn week.
Yeah, welcome to the world where you can get fucking frostbite and then sunburn within the same week.
Well, I tell you what happens, is as the world heats up, it destabilizes the Arctic airflow. Normally, when it's cold enough, that barrier stays up there. It's it's got its own jet stream, basically, that circles, right? Mm-hmm. Well, when the temperature is close enough and it goes from being it's the same temperature, it stays there. When you start getting warm air on the other side of the planet where they're having summer, it destabilizes it and it gets kind of wobbly, right? Well, then the warm side, if the jet stream shifts and hits that side, it pushes it down on our side. It makes kind of a bend, right? And it's temporary, but it only has to be down there for a day or two to cause this shit. Because you're talking negative degree winds in the upper atmosphere that turns it into a cold front. It's crazy, right?
No, I'm not dealing with this traffic.
You can go to the back parking lot. Woo! It's alright, I'm taping.
Maybe I shouldn't. But I mean, this thing just fucking trucks along. It was like this with the 2 foot of snow that we got. I had to put it in 4-wheel drive to get out of the road. Or off the side of the road. No.
You're not there yet, man. You're not there, man. You're close.
That fence always catches me. I'm like, okay, no, I don't want to turn there.
The best going vehicle I've had was that Chrysler Pacifica. Had 265 horsepower, all-wheel drive with a turbocharger, right? Mm-hmm. And nothing stopped it. When we had the fucking 4-foot blizzard, dude, we drove out of our road. We backed up without. I didn't even go out there and shovel it. We just backed out and pushed the snow out into the road, and then drove. And the snow run up on the hood and run off the damn sides. I was like, holy shit, this thing will go anywhere. I mean, I put good tires on it, but it just fucking went.
Yeah, these are shitty tires.
I had a Chrysler Pacifica. It looks like a mom wagon, like a big fucking minivan. But goddamn, it never stopped. Not one time it went. I never had it spin a wheel. It just kept going. But I tell you what made it so awesome is a lot of your all-wheel drives and a lot of your four-wheel drives are rear wheel until the four-wheel or the all-wheel kicks in, and then they're four-wheel drive. No, the Pacifica was a front-wheel drive until the wheel slipped, and then the rear wheels kicked in. And you know, I could drive a front-wheel drive. Hey, here's my neighbor, Joe Bennett. He lives right next door to me.
Is he the new neighbor or the old neighbor?
He says he's Native American, but I think he's black. Lives right next door to me. Not that makes it shit to me, because honestly, my black neighbors were always better than the rednecks on my street.
Really?
Yes. God, yes, dude. When we first moved in, there was Mexicans next door, and I mean like 16 of them.
If there's a PS4 for John?
He'll deal. Why was he? Did you tell him you would?
No. He's just been looking for one.
They'll call him. He's on the list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We know the manager at this one and the one in Fayetteville. They'll call if you get one.
Yeah, walk out of traffic that's going at a decent speed when you don't know if their vehicle's stop or not.
Not to mention.
It seems like I listen to one of these songs at least once every single time I go anywhere in this thing.
You know what was awful is when we recorded this, he didn't remember all the words. He had to write them down before he sang it because we recorded it, he sang it, and then we went back and sang it again. And Mike listened to it and said, "You sang something different this time." They're like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, he sang it the first time, and we didn't have a good mic tap, so we went back and he recorded it again, and it was different. It was different words in a couple spots." He said the chorus was the same and the opening was the same, but it's like he changed the words halfway through. And that's exactly what Dopey's been doing for a long time. He's just been freestyling. This is some shit Paul felt he needed to add in there.
Yeah.
People screaming and shit, just randomly.
It adds to the effect.
Is that Christina Ricci? Because it sounded like her.
It might have been. I don't know where he got the samples at. Woo! Woohoo!
Much of a big dip there, probably.
That looks like a pothole from hell.
Yep. It didn't look that bad. With the snow on top of it, you got like an inch pothole. You got an inch of ice on top of it. Or
Yeah.
Ice / packed snow / bunch of bullshit. It makes it a pretty decent little pothole.
Well, especially when it's fresh and nobody else has hit it, and that little bit of snow and ice, the ice is frozen on top of it, and the snow on top of it, you don't even see it till you drive up and it just collapses under your wheel.
Yeah.
That's fun. Just trying not to wreck in front of the post office here.
I'll try to wreck in their way, so they at least have to move me.
There you go.
You know, because I forgot about these fucking speed bumps.
You couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. Don't worry about it. You know the worst part about being 6.5 feet tall?
Your head hits the fucking...
You know, that's not as bad as you think. Because it just bumps it a little bit. No, my knee is sore by the time we get anywhere. Because that corner is right in the point of my knee, and every bump just drives into my knee. And it's not just your car; it does it in every car I've ever owned.
Sounds not too bad for you.
Yeah.
Much better. I think that was a smaller one, anyways. Yeah, and if Joneson was still a business, they wouldn't have opened today. They would have said, "Fuck it, I'm not going in."
I can't believe they just closed because Sarah left.
That's not it.
Well, what was it?
Well, that was a factor into it, but he said that they weren't making enough money to justify staying open.
Well, they were making more money than being closed, was my point. You could never get ahead. You gonna drop me off first?
Yeah, he's gonna chill here for a while.
Okay,
sorry.
that's fine.
He doesn't have to be at work until 4.
Yeah, I wasn't getting farther than that. Again, his seatbelt barely fits me. I have to suck it in to get it around my waist and buckle it.
It's because you're an ogre.
Snowpocalypse. Yay!
Don't close your door yet. I just locked it. And I need to do it.
Try to kick your snow off before you walk in so we don't make a wet spot to trip in. Yay! Nobody died. Woo!